Hello everyone and welcome back. So, got another 2v2 battle for you. It's going to be me and CatMax, otherwise known as the most synergetic 2v2 team ever. And we're going to be playing a battle here at Foothills, and so let's look at the setups. Alright, we'll start with CatMax since I'm over here. He's got a Matchlock Warrior Monk, 3 Katana Samurai, and a Naginata Samurai, and then over here, 2 Yari Cavalry. Over here with me, 4 Katana Samurai, 1 Yari Samurai, a Matchlock Warrior Monk, 2 Bo Ashigaru, and a Yari Cavalry over here, and then also a Light Cavalry. Take a look at the other side. We have a Matchlock Ashigaru, 2 Bo Warrior Monks, 1 Bo Ashigaru. I thought there was another. Maybe he'll come out. And then 2 Yari Samurai, 2 Nodachi Samurai. For his cavalry, it is 2 Yari Cavalry and 2 Light Cavalry. Over here, wow, 3 Matchlock Ashigaru, 4 Bo Ashigaru, 3 Naginata Samurai, 4 Lone Swords, and his general. Alright, so our first instinct was to run forward. I was going to try and take the Sword Dojo. Well, in retrospect, it might not be that good of an idea because then he has a high ground advantage. That ended up being very important. CatMax, maybe more wisely, was going to take the high ground here overlooking the shrine. Though, in my defense, I don't really have a clear path to high ground like my enemy does. So, I'm going to sit here and try and take the Sword Dojo. Everybody's running up so we can capture it as soon as possible. His cavalry is flanking around, so I will be very careful with my matchlocks and my Yari to cover the rear. Hopefully I can lure him in with my archers. That's kind of what I was planning on doing. So I'll fast forward because it's just movement. But you can see his Yari cavalry around. I have mine still hidden here off in the forest. I will kind of use them to deter the Yari cavalry from attacking me too early. So here we go, back to triple speed. I'm going to try and have my light cavalry hit his ranged units. It's not going to work too well though. It doesn't often. I just don't really have a good route to attack his ranged units from. But he's going to give him some cover for my bows to move up, and I'm shooting into his Matchlock Ashigaru. And light cavalry just not quite going to make it. One of them does though. Takes out like 4 guys in the charge. Nice charge, but shattered. So he's got some skirmishing going on here. He has the high ground, but I still have a pretty good angle of attack, so I'm just going to be shooting into his bows. He's going to be shooting into mine. That's why I'm bringing up my Yari cavalry. He, in the meantime, took his cavalry around. They're hidden in the forest behind me. So I'm going to try and bring my Yari cavalry in around from the side, but he moves his matchlocks in time and gets a volley off, but his line is pretty deep, and so he's not going to get that many shots, and I'm just going to hammer him with the Yari cavalry and do some decent damage to his Matchlock Ashigaru. I just really wanted to get these ranged units out of the way so they would not be ripping me up. Meanwhile, my Matchlocks are guarding the rear. If his cavalry comes out, I'm just going to blast him down with my Matchlock monks. Bows are still shooting into the enemy. Let's take a quick look at CatMax's side. He has taken the high ground. Yep, there's some cavalry coming out of hiding. Looks like they're all light cavalry. So not a huge threat, though he doesn't have any dedicated spears. So let's take a quick look, see what CatMax is doing. He's just going to kind of be running down the hill, but watching out for those Matchlock Ashigaru who have started shooting, but they have a pretty bad angle. Shooting uphill with Matchlocks isn't an easy proposition, even if it has a clear line of sight. It's just a hard thing to do. So anyway, back to my side. My general's going to be maneuvering around, trying to hit him in a sort of a pincer action. I'm going to try and hold him down by running straight at them with my infantry. His Matchlocks are still alive, but only have 28 men in the unit, and they don't have a good angle, so now is the time to attack. Meanwhile, on CatMax, he's sending 1 katana right into the Matchlocks to hold him down. Good move. He's going to cut down these cavalry, and his infantry is going to be holding on the Matchlocks so they won't be shooting. Back to my side. Here I'm coming up the hill. His Matchlocks are shooting, but it's a bad angle, so not going to be a big deal. That's when his cavalry comes out. I'm moving my monks up and putting the Yari in front of them to hopefully try and stop that charge. Luckily, 2 of them are going to go for my Bo Ashigaru, who aren't that useful. That's why I had him back there, to attract any cavalry. And he sent 2 of them at him, of course, in the wedge formation. And look, why would you hit a loose formation of Bo Ashigaru in the wedge formation? I mean, look at this. He's going to go right into the middle of them and hardly kill any in the charge. I mean, he's going to cut him down, yeah, but why not just take him out in one swoop with the big charge? So here we are back on CatMax's side. His Yari cavalry is flanking around. This 1 Katana Samurai did a great job of holding down those Matchlocks, and now he's just going to be able to sweep down the hill and pin him down. I think I had the sword. Yes, I think I have the Sword Dojo at this point. If not, I will have it shortly. Meanwhile, I have engaged his lines. My general came around the back and hit his ranged units with a nice bonsai charge. And so I'm holding him down, and his matchlocks are wavering. They only have 11 men left. And my monks have escaped the wrath of the Yari cavalry. My Yari samurai still at full strength, 40 men out of 40, just cutting down this Yari cavalry. Meanwhile, back to Catmax's side. His cavalry's made a nice flanking action. They're being held down by his katanas, and he's just going to be able to rush in and crush them from two sides. Meanwhile, things aren't looking too good on my side. I still have matchlocks and bows pouring into me. His cavalry is going to reach my infantry lines, and I'm getting torn up pretty bad. But I still have my matchlock monks. They're still in good shape with 23 men left in the unit. And my Yari samurai are going to be able to cover the matchlocks, no problem. But that's when I'm pulling my general back. He has 4 men, and his general gives chase to mine. So what I'm going to do is run my general into my Yari spears and have my Yari come up and just smash into his general in an attempt to kill him. I used rally on my general a little earlier, thinking he was going to die. He inspired himself. Oh no, he inspired a light cavalry. Not the best use of an inspire. But I'm getting some wavering. My men are just getting cut down by his numbers and his range just pouring into mine. And meanwhile, Catmax has pincered the enemy, and they're going to be wavering, and they're going to be gone in no time. His general is down to 4 men on the enemy side. He will be gone in a matter of seconds. Good work by Catmax. And so here we go. His general has died, running into my Yari samurai. Mine is still alive, and we're just going to clean this up. My Yari samurai still have 34 men in the unit. I mean, I love bringing upgraded Yari samurai. I mean, some people think, well, I'll bring Naginatas, and then I can kind of have them do both, infantry and cavalry, but I cannot recommend a dedicated anti-cavalry unit enough. These guys took like 4 Yari cavalry into them, and they're totally fine. I've played battles where they've taken 6 Yari cavalry directly into them, and they obliterated all 6. It's just, I love these guys. I always bring at least one Yari samurai to every fight. They're just so great for killing cavalry. Quick look back here. The pincer has worked, and this army is routed. There we go. Catmax's side is completely routed. We are back to me now, and his are wavering too. Killed the general, and his Nodachis and Yari samurai have routed. There we go. It was looking pretty bad for me for a while, but I kept my matchlock monks safe, and they had a nice little firing angle. Had to be very, very wary of his cavalry. Knew those were coming in from the rear, but my Bo Ashigaru luckily took the charge for the rest of the team, and saved the serious casualties for themselves and not the rest of the army. So there you go. Another fun little 2v2. Thanks for watching, everybody.